Hi guys, so I am 10 weeks and 5 days pregnant today with twins. I'm almost at 11 weeks, I can't believe it. Almost out of the first trimester, I can't wait for that. So I have some updates, some things have been happening. The first thing is, we will call it numb leg. So, on Saturday, I was sitting on our hardwood floor and I was shaving my cat Mia because she's a long-haired and she won't let us comb her. It gets ridiculous and it's hot, so I shave her. So I'm sitting there shaving her and my legs went to sleep. So I was like, oh, to my husband, can you please help me up? I said my legs are asleep. So he helped me up and, my legs went back to normal except for the back of my thigh and calf. It was so weird. Like it was just numb. It's not like I don't have sensation there. I have sensation, but it's just numb. Like it's weird. Like when you shave, oh, it feels so weird. So I thought, oh, in the morning it'll be fine, no worries. So I went to bed, and in the morning, Sunday morning, it was still numb. So I thought, well, maybe I should just call the advice nurse and see what she has to say. So after waiting forever on hold, she said, oh, it's probably just a pinched nerve, don't worry. So I thought, well, I'll just email my doctor and let him see what he thinks. I probably won't hear from him until like Monday or Tuesday. So I emailed him and he emailed me right back and he was like, well, if it doesn't go away with position changes, I'm kind of concerned. He said because you should be able to, roll to your right side and have it come back and vice versa. So he said, he just wanted me to go to L&D and get kind of checked out because he was worried about blood clots and stuff like that. I'm like, crap, that's so scary. So we went to L&D, and I think my husband and I were both kind of shaky because, we've never been there before, and we kind of feel funny because, I'm not visually, showing, and I'm, going into L&D. I felt like I was so out of place. But anyway, so I go up there, and I tell them, oh, that my doctor wanted me to come in, and yada yada, and they go, oh, we can't see you. We can't see you till you're 20 weeks. I'm like, great. Now I really feel stupid coming up here, but I was just following what he said. So, we had to go to urgent care. Ugh. Urgent care is so disgusting, okay? It took us 3 hours. 3 hours, yeah. To sit there next to all these sick people coughing and hacking and their nose issues and brr. It was so gross. I swear, I tried to hold my breath for 3 hours. It was gross. So I get called back and the doctor, she tests me, all the neurological tests, and she says, well, to be honest, she just thinks it's probably a pinched nerve. And, she was pregnant with twins, too, and at one time, and she told me that she had this, but not until later in her pregnancy. So I'm like, great, what's wrong with me? My twins are what? Are they huge or something? But anyway, so she wanted me to get a neuro consult just in case, but she really felt it was a pinched nerve. So I was supposed to go to that today, but I didn't, because I really just think it's a nerve. I see my OB on next Wednesday, so I'll talk to him about it then. It's still there, my thigh might be a little bit better, but it's still numb. But I just think that it is a nerve because of how I was sitting and all that. So that's one thing. The other thing is I got the fun call, the one I've been dreading. The diabetes caseworker, she called me and was like, oh, just let you know, Amber, I'm calling you to tell you that you have gestational diabetes. Yay! I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it this early in my pregnancy. I just expected it because I have PCOS and I'm already insulin resistant, so I don't handle my sugars properly anyways from the PCOS. So I'm a higher candidate for it, and plus both my parents are diabetic, so there you go. So my numbers came back, pretty high and everything after doing that fun 3-hour glucose tolerance test. And that was a long 3 hours. What is it with 3 hours? Anyways, so she's like, well, I know it's kind of short notice, but tomorrow we're holding our class, and it's 3 hours long. Oh, there's another 3 hours. How weird. So, and luckily my husband was able to go with me, and we went. And I was so tired because I'd worked the night before, had no sleep yet. I hadn't really eaten because I was gaggy. It was morning, blah. So I get this fun kit. You see this? Look at this. This has become, or will become, my best friend. This is what I check my sugars with. This thing, evil. It hurts. I don't care what anybody says. The needle's in here, and it pops out. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. So that's that. I have to, I think the thing that's hardest for me, it's not the diet itself, it's just that, it's just eating all the time. You know, I'm a really bad eater when it comes to, you know, eating often. You know, I could go all day and just eat once, and I know that's awful, but I've always been like that. So this time, it's really working me because I have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And they give you like specific guidelines, like this is what I have to do. I mean, it's like starting at 7 a.m., you know, you have to have this much fruit, this much protein, this much bread, and they tell you exactly how much you have to have. So last night, hubby and I took the book, the diabetes book, to the market, and we went shopping and bought all that. But what's kind of cool is that he's doing it with me. Well, not the needle sticks because he's a big wuss, but he's doing the diet, which is really nice. And I think that, you know, he likes it too because, you know, they talk about portion control and just kind of keeping your sugar levels really, you know, from having any spikes and stuff. And so, you know, I'm doing it for the babies, and that's all that matters. They better appreciate it. So it was kind of frustrating getting up so early in the morning to force myself to eat, and then to set the alarm to wake myself up 2 hours later to eat again. And I guess, like, it takes a couple of weeks for your body to get used to it because I've been, because my sugars are like kind of low when I've been testing them, because I have to test them 4 times a day. But she says it takes a while for your body to realize it doesn't have to send out so much insulin anymore, that, you know, you're not putting as much sugar in. So the diet itself isn't so bad. I mean, it's just, you know, the whole wheat and stuff, and I always eat whole wheat anyways, and it's kind of hard because I have to put milk in my diet. Whoa. You know, I'm not a lover of milk, but gotta do what you gotta do. So we went to that class. My hubby was the only one there, so that was kind of cool. But that was that update. So I have gestational diabetes, I have high blood pressure, I have a numb leg. Let's think of what else I have. So that's about it. I'm just kind of anxious for my appointment on Wednesday. That should be a lot of fun. The doctor is going to do another ultrasound. I can't wait to see the babies again because they're really going to look like babies then. I think I talked about in my last vlog that I had kind of like some brown spotting, and the midwife wasn't too worried, but you know, today it kind of is there again. But I'm not going to worry. They said don't worry unless you're cramping and it's pink or it's red. So I'm just going to not even try to like think about it. So I think that's it. Still throwing up. I threw up last night, which was a lot of fun. Blah. But I think it's just because I didn't eat really good yesterday. I didn't start the diet until this morning. So I think that, you know, my sugars were going down too low or something. So other than that, that's all that's going on. I appreciate your comments. I like to hear about all the new pregnancies too that are going on, and it's so exciting. So I'll let you guys know after my appointment next week, and just hoping that the babies are still doing good and that they're growing and that they're strong, and that in just what, like 30 weeks or so, like they'll come home with me. Crazy. So anyways, thanks again. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.